Hi everyone. In today's lecture, we are going to discuss evaluation of energy of activation and some numericals related to the energy of activation as well as order of chemical reaction. So friends, in the last lecture, we have already discussed the term energy of activation. So here it is the minimum amount of energy the reactant molecule must acquire before they could react. That minimum amount of energy, it is called as the energy of activation. So energy of activation is characteristics of a reaction. It is a different for different reactions. That is why different reactions occur with the different rates. So here for a reaction, if energy of activation value is low or small, then such reaction is the fast reaction. If the energy of activation for a chemical reaction is high, then such reaction is the slow reaction. So in today's lecture, we are going to discuss how to determine the energy of activation for a chemical reaction. Generally here two methods are used. The first method is the graphical method and the second method is the substitution method or the analytical method. So let us consider one by one. So the first method for the determination of energy of activation, it is the graphical method, and here just to find out the energy of activation for a chemical reaction, we have to consider the Arrhenius equation. In the last lecture, we already derived the Arrhenius equation, and the expression is d ln k by dt is equal to Ea upon RT square. So we have to rearrange this equation. D ln k is equal to Ea upon R into dt by t. This is the equation number 1. So here we have to integrate this equation without limit. So integration of d ln k is equal to Ea upon R. So Ea, energy of activation, it is a independent temperature, that's why it is considered as a constant. So R is also constant. So Ea upon R, it is a constant term, that's why it is written out of integral sign. So Ea upon R, integration of dt upon t square. So here integration of d ln k, it is the ln k, is equal to Ea upon R, and integration of dt upon t square, it is a minus 1 upon t. So here in bracket minus 1 upon t plus c, where c is the constant of integration. Again this equation can be written as ln k is equal to minus Ea by RT plus c. This is the equation number 2. For convenience, it is considered that is the constant of integration c, it is equal to ln a, where a is a constant and it is called as the Arrhenius constant. Hence ln a, it is also constant. So the equation 2 can be written as ln k is equal to minus Ea by RT plus ln a. This is the equation number 3. So here this equation can be written as ln k is equal to ln a minus Ea by RT. So all of you know that ln means log to the base e, and here we have to convert base e into the base 10 just by using the rule of change of base. Here we have to multiply by 2.303. So here this equation can be written as 2.303 log of k to the base 10 is equal to 2.303 log of a to the base 10 minus Ea by RT. Again this equation can be rearranged, that is a log of k to the base 10 is equal to log of a to the base 10 minus Ea divided by 2.303 into R into t. This is the equation number 4, and here equation 4 is the equation of straight line, that is a y is equal to c plus mx. So here we have to plot the graph of y versus x. The value of the y is log of k to the base 10 and the value of x is 1 upon t, because here Ea is constant, 2.303 is also constant, R is also constant. So x is equal to 1 upon t. So here plot the graph of log of k versus 1 upon t, and this is the nature of the graph. So friends, here for the determination of energy of activation by using the graphical method, its rate constant at different temperatures are determined. The graph of log of k against 1 upon t is plotted, and from the slope of the line the energy of activation for the reaction can be calculated or it can be determined. So here actually it is here it is not E4, it is a EA. So slope is equal to minus EA divided by 2.303 into R. So here energy of activation is equal to minus 2.303 into R into slope, where R is the molar gas constant. What is the important friends here? The unit of the energy of activation. The unit of the energy of activation, it depends on the unit of R. If R is expressed in terms of calorie, then the unit of energy of activation is calorie. If R is expressed in terms of joule, then energy of activation is also expressed in terms of joule. So this is the first method for the determination of energy of activation. Let us consider the second method. The second method is the substitution method or the analytical method. And again here we have to consider the Arrhenius equation, same equation. d ln k by dt is equal to E upon RT square. We have to rearrange this equation. d ln k is equal to EA by R dt upon T. We have to integrate the equation by using the proper limit. So the limits of the temperatures are T1 and T2, and here the limits of K are K1 and K2. That means here K1 is the velocity constant for the chemical reaction when the temperature is T1. K2 is the velocity constant for the chemical reaction when the temperature is T2. So here integrate this equation, that is the integration of d ln k from the limit K1 to K2 is equal to, again EA by R, it is a constant, it is a written out of the integral sign. So integration of dt upon t square from the limit T1 to T2. So here integration of d ln k, it is the ln k. So here ln k from the limit K1 to K2 is equal to EA upon R. Again integration of dt upon t square, it is a minus 1 upon t. So in bracket minus 1 upon t from the limit T1 to T2. So substitute the limits, first substitute the upper limit, then substitute the lower limit. So here ln k2 minus ln k1 is equal to EA upon R in bracket 1 upon T1 minus 1 upon T2. This can be rearranged in this way. Ln K2 by K1 is equal to EA upon R T2 minus T1 divided by T1 into T2. Again here ln means log to the base E. Just to convert base E into the 10, multiply by 2.303. So 2.303 log of K2 by K1 to the base 10 is equal to EA upon R in bracket T2 minus T1 divided by T1 into T2. And final equation is log of K2 by K1 to the base 10 is equal to EA upon 2.303 into R in bracket T2 minus T1 divided by T1 into T2. So here by using equation 5 and by substituting the value of the K1 and K2, T1 and T2, here you can determine the energy of activation. So here in this method the rate constant K1 and K2 of a reaction at two different temperature T1 and T2 are determined, and substituting these values in this equation, here we can find out the energy of activation. Again here the unit of the energy of activation, it depends on the unit of R. So here if R is in calorie, energy of activation is also in calorie. If R is in joule, then the energy of activation is also in joule. So this method is called as substitution method, because directly we can substitute the value of the T1, T2, K1, K2, and we can determine the energy of activation. So these are the two methods for the determination of the energy of activation. First method is the graphical method and the second one is the substitution method. Then the next point, so let us consider some numerical which are related to the energy of activation as well as the order of reaction. So the first numerical, the velocity constant for the certain reaction is 5.25 into 10 raised to minus 3 at 303 Kelvin and 11.1 into 10 raised to minus 3 at 314 Kelvin. Calculate the energy of activation of the reaction. R is given in the calorie. So here the K1 is given as well as the K2 is also given. So K1 and K2 are given. T1 and T2 are also given. They are directly given in the Kelvin. R is in calorie. So our equation is log of K2 by K1 is equal to EA upon 2.303 into R in bracket T2 minus T1 divided by T1 into T2. In this equation directly we can substitute all these values, that is the values of the T1, T2, R, K1 and K2. Finally, here we get the energy of activation. So, EA is equal to 12,868.97 calories. Let us consider calories into the kilocalorie just by dividing 1000. So, EA is equal to 12.8689 kilocalorie. So, this is the energy of activation. Then let us consider the second numerical. Calculate the activation energy of a reaction whose reaction rate at 27 degrees Celsius get doubled for 10 degrees Celsius rise in the temperature, and R is given 1.987 calorie per degree per mole. So, here in this problem the value of the velocity constants are not given, but here the T1 and T2 are the given. So, T1 is 27 degrees Celsius. So, 27 plus 273 300 Kelvin, and here the temperature is increased by the 10 degrees Celsius. So, here 27 plus 10, that is a 37. So, 37 plus 273, it is a 310 Kelvin. So, T1 is equal to 300, T2 is equal to 310. So, here when the temperature is increased from 27 degrees Celsius, then here the rate of the reaction is double. That is why here the this ratio, that is the temperature coefficient K2 by K1, it is equal to 2. So, here again our expression log of K2 by K1 is equal to EA upon 2.303 into R, T2 minus T1 divided by T1 into T2. Substitute the value of the T1, T2 as well as the value of the K2 by K1, it is equal to 2. So, here log of 2 is equal to EA upon 2.303 into 1.987 in bracket 310 minus 300 divided by 300 into 310, and when we solve this, so the value of the energy of activation is 12.809 kilocalorie. This is the answer. The third problem, calculate the velocity constant of a unimolecular reaction at 700 Kelvin if the energy of activation for the reaction is 24,740 calories. Given A is the Arrhenius constant, it is equal to 1.4 into 10 raised to 13. So, friends, in this problem here temperature is given, it is a 700 Kelvin. Energy of activation in calorie it is a given, that is a 24,740 calorie, and A, that is a Arrhenius equation, Arrhenius constant 1.4 into 10 raised to 13, it is a given. So, we have to consider here exponential form of the Arrhenius equation. In the last lecture we have derived the exponential form of the Arrhenius equation, and it is a K is equal to A e raised to minus EA by RT. So, here the EA is the energy of activation, it is given in the calorie, that is why here we have to consider R is in calorie. Directly we can substitute the value of the EA, RT as well as the A, and finally we will get the value of the K. K is equal to 2.6382 into 10 raised to 5. This is the value of the velocity constant. Then the next numerical, the value of the rate constant for the decomposition of nitrogen pentoxide, it is a 3.46 into 10 raised to minus 5 at 25 degrees Celsius and 4.87 into 10 raised to minus 3 at 65 degrees Celsius. Calculate the energy of activation. Again R is given in calories. So, friends, again in the problem T1 and T2 are given. So, here T1 is 25 degrees Celsius, T2 is 65 degrees Celsius. By adding 273, convert degrees Celsius into the Kelvin. Then K1 and K2s are given, R is also given, we have to find out the energy of activation. So, directly we can substitute all the values in this expression, the values of the K1, K2, T1, T2 as well as the R, and here we can determine the energy of activation. So, here the final answer is energy of activation is equal to actually it is a 24.729 kilocalories and 24,729 calories. So, this is the answer. The next problem, the time for the half-life decomposition of N2O was 257 seconds when the initial pressure was 288 and 210 seconds when the initial pressure was 357 millimeter. Find out the order of this reaction. So here in this problem we have to find out the order of reaction. So here decomposition is the gaseous reaction. So pressure is used instead of the concentration. So here the two pressures are given, that is the 288 millimeter and the 357 millimeter. These two pressures are given. The time is given 257 seconds and 210 seconds. So here T1 and T2, these are the half life times, and the pressures are P1 and P2. So here T1 257 seconds, T2 is 210 seconds. P1 is equal to 288 millimeter and P2 is equal to 357 millimeter. Already we have derived this formula. The various methods are available to determine the order of reaction. So here half-life method is used to solve this problem, and the formula is N is equal to 1 plus log of T2 divided by T1 log of P1 divided by P2. Directly we can substitute the value of the T1 T2 P1 P2 in this expression, and we will get the value of the N, and the final answer is 1.9409. So here it is nearly equal to 2. So here we can say that order of this reaction is equal to 2. And the last problem, for a certain reaction it takes 5 minutes for the initial concentration of 0.5 moles per liter to become 0.25 moles per liter and another 5 minutes to become 0.125 moles per liter. What is the order of reaction? The same problem again. In this problem we have to find out the order of reaction. So here again the two half lives are given. So T1 is equal to 5 minutes and T2 is equal to 10 minutes. So here C1 is equal to 0.25 and the C2 is equal to 0.125. So here in this problem, instead of the pressure, the concentrations are given. That's why here we consider C1 and C2. So here we have to change the formula. N is equal to 1 plus log of T2 by T1 divided by log of C1 by C2. So directly we can substitute the value of the T1, T2, C1 and C2 in this expression. We will get the value of the N. So here N is equal to 1 plus log of 10 divided by 5 divided by log of 0.25 divided by 0.125. When we solve this, we get 1 plus 1, that is a 2. So order of reaction is 2. So these are the some numericals which are related to the energy of activation as well as the order of reaction. Friends, in today's lecture we have discussed the two important points of the chemical kinetics, that is how to determine energy of activation for the chemical reaction. Two methods are available to determine the energy of activation. The first method is the graphical method and the second method is the substitution method or analytical method. This is the first point, and the second point is some numericals related to the energy of activation as well as the order of chemical reaction. Thank you.